Hey stitching muses and welcome back to Sewing Vision. I am Vivian and today we are sewing one shoulder bralette with a lace neckline. It looks like it came from a designer boutique, but it's really easy to make. I will show you how to finish the neckline and underarm with the fabric band and how to attach the underbust band with the elastic hidden inside. If you enjoy lingerie and swimwear sewing, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the hype. You can also share the video, it really means the world to me. Now let's jump right in. For this style you will need ½ meter of your main fabric and ½ meter of your lining fabric, plus 1 meter of underbust elastic. I am using 3 centimeters white, this silver one, but you don't have to look for matching color because it will be totally covered in the band. And today I am also adding a lace, so 1 meter of a stretch lace. And this pattern is asymmetrical, so we are cutting each full piece on single layered fabric. We need one front piece, and one back piece. And we also need to cut the front and back pieces from the lining fabric. Don't forget to cut the pieces mirrored. It's really important here because this bra is asymmetrical. So first way how you can do it is placing the main piece right side facing the right side of the lining one. The second one is that you just flip the parent piece. Really simple. So I am cutting my front piece right here. And then the back one. At this point we can cut the strips for the band finishes. First, the underbust band. The width is twice the elastic width plus 2 centimeters for the seam allowance, and the length is the same as for the elastic. You can find it in the pattern info. So I'm cutting 8 centimeters, which is 3 inches and 1/4. This is the width for my underbust band. Yeah, I'm here. And for the neckline and underarms, I think it would be pretty nice to have the finished strip on 1.5 centimeters. So I will cut 4.5 with the seam allowance and we will see how it turns out. So 4.5, I believe it's 1 inch and 3/4. And again, I am cutting the full width of the fabric and I will shorten it later because we need to measure the openings first. 2 inches and 3/4, 1 inch and 3/4. Yeah, 1 inch and 3/4. This is one on full width, and I think I will cut another one or maybe two. Okay, now I will cut another one, just to be sure I have enough. But I think I'm really okay with just two. Okay. And now the lace. I need to decide the width I want to use. But I think it will be really nice like this. Okay. So I will cut the lace strip somewhere here. So I'm cutting my lace 1.5 inches, which is something about 3 centimeters, something like that. Or 3.5 maybe. And I need to try if I can use just the one strip for both pieces. Yeah, perfect. So we can sew the shoulder seams first, and then we will add the lace. So first thing we need to do is to pin and sew the shoulder seams. We can sew both in one step. And we can pin and sew the lining one as well. So I will sew it now really quickly, and then we will add the lace onto the main pieces. Okay, I'm back. Shoulder seams sewn together. And now we can pin the lace right onto the neckline. And I hope it will be really gorgeous, because we have the rounded edges here, but I hope it will be totally okay. So I will start pinning at the front. And I am really gently stretching the elastic so I can make it round. Best part is coming. Okay, now we can move to regular sewing machine and stitch the lace. I'm using a zigzag stitch right here for the decorative lace edge, and then a long straight stitch just instead of the basting stitches. So I'm starting here with the zigzag. And then I use just long straight stitch for the rest. Then pin and sew the darts, right sides together. And on the lining layer as well. I'm using just a straight stitch today. Backstitch first. Then make a knot at the end of the dart. Then pin and sew both side seams. Right sides together, the main and lining layers separately. Then place both layers wrong sides together. And pin and baste them all around. Align the seams. You can also use a long straight stitch instead of the basting thread. And then measure the openings. $79 and calculate 90% of it. 71. So I am cutting 71 centimeters band for the neckline. So this one is for the neckline. And I think one strip is really enough for both the underarm or the armhole and also the neckline. Then we can measure the armhole. Here, 48. So I'm cutting 43 centimeters for my armholes. One armhole, actually, just one. Then we can pin and sew the edges. So this is the armhole. The second one is the neckline. And what about the underbust? I'm using the elastic, so I am cutting the strip the same length as the elastic. My elastic is 60 centimeters long, so I'm cutting the band on 60 centimeters. And we can pin and sew these edges as well. And overlap, baste and sew the elastic edges. Then fold these bands lengthwise, wrong sides together, and pin or baste it all around. and the underbust band. I'm using the elastic inside and then wrap the band around. Exactly the same, but with the elastic inside. And then mark a quarters of those bands. And quarters of all openings. Align those quarters. And pin and stitch all 3 bands into the openings. You can gently stretch the band between the quarters. And the last step is top stitching. You can top stitch all the openings so the band won't flip and stays really nicely in a place. You can use zigzag, 3-step zigzag, or a twin needle. And our Madison bra one shoulder style with band finishes and lace neckline is done. Let's try her on.